Right, let's get to the first piece of news, because there is quite a bit of this that we have to get through. First piece of news for spoiler warning today, even though we are actually in a watch along right now, is about Karrion Kross. The big thing that made headlines is Karrion Kross's appearance on WWE Main Event, where he didn't have Scarlett, he didn't have all the bells and whistles, he didn't seem the same. Essentially, WWE intentionally stripped back all of his individual characteristics and characterizations to basically say, this is Karrion Kross, this is a tryout, what can we do with him? Now, I still haven't watched the match against Shelton Benjamin. I haven't researched that particular one, and I guarantee you not many have, but there's plenty of information here to go on, because this is all about the fan reaction. Fans reacted very badly. They were very upset not to see Scarlett, not to see all the bells and whistles, not to see all of the smoke machines that they didn't have at SmackDown, or at the Raw taping I should say, when this was actually done. WWE have been considering the idea of having separate call-ups for Karrion Kross and for Scarlett. That would allow Scarlett to independently go to, for example, SmackDown, whereas they want Karrion Kross on Raw. This means, of course, that Scarlett would start wrestling, something which we haven't seen in her entire time in NXT so far. This doesn't seem very likely now that they will be used separately, because fans have made it clear that they will not permit any change to the character whatsoever. The WWE have been continually tweaking call-ups, making little changes, trying to make characters like Aleister Black into something that they think can get over on the main roster, but they do it so much that Aleister Black spends all his time in a little room, and when it finally starts to gain some momentum at his third and fourth attempt, he's released. They are trying to make changes there, because instead of wanting to tweak call-ups, they want to develop fully developed characters, take them from NXT where they don't have to make any tweaks. The WWE and NXT are disagreeing in the way that they produce and develop talent. This is incredibly on show right now when it comes to the releases that have been made. The releases were overwhelmingly people who've been there for years and have essentially reached a plateau where the WWE simply don't believe they can take them to any upper echelon. WWE don't think they're getting properly developed characters from NXT. This was also the case of Sanity, of which there is only one left, who recently donned a mask and became a superheroine. This is one of the tweaks that we're calling about. Fan reaction might put off Karrion Kross's call-up. He is expected to be called up during the draft after SummerSlam, and he is someone that the WWE top brass, as it were, are desperately fighting to have in their corner. One thing that I will want to mention about the clips, they've been delivering copyright strikes to anyone sharing video of Karrion Kross's main event entrance. The WWE very rarely issue copyright strikes, particularly on Twitter, because the only thing they care about is having people watch the show that they are producing. The company obviously are very unhappy with the overall fan response to Karrion Kross's entrance, and there is a very high chance that Karrion Kross will be the one to suffer as a result of it. The WWE are aware that call-ups are succeeding very rarely on the main roster. They're just struggling to have an actual answer for it. Megan says, I saw the clip of Kross coming down to the ring. That was enough. I would have been so mad if that was me. They are intentionally stripping the bells and whistles and trying to say, is this a well-rounded character without the big entrance? Overwhelmingly, it seems like people have said no. So NXT are not doing their job. That's everything we've got about Karrion.